This week on the battlefield, I've been trying out some of the other carbines in the list, and by that I mean anything that isn't the ACWR, which I'm still fascinated by. It seems to be one of the few weapons in this game that can do well in any situation you happen to find yourself in, but to try some of the others out, I went with the M4. Now, I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's because I've barely touched the thing in around 400 hours of game time now. Or it could have been that I had a spare 200% XP boost from the Magnum community mission last week. Can't confirm or deny that rumour. I guess we'll never know. Before I move on, I just want to drop a shameless plug into the mix and let you know about my T-shirt sale again. We managed to break through the shipping target, so enough of you have bought one to mean that all of the sales that have gone through so far will get a T-shirt, which is absolutely fantastic. And that leaves less of a reason for you not to get one. Don't forget, this is a limited edition run that I will probably never put on sale again, but I have tried to make it as affordable as possible. A lot of people over in Europe have been saying that the shipping is costing too much. I'm really sorry, this is the best deal that I could get, really, without splitting it up over multiple websites, which just makes things confusing. So if you want to go and check the t-shirts out, there is a link in the description, and go and grab one if you want one. But back to the M4 though. I was trying to figure out why I hadn't really used it, and I came to a simple conclusion. Burst fire. The M4 is burst fire only, not like the M4A1 in Battlefield 3, which had a fully auto option. DICE decided that the M16A3 and the M4A1 were too easy to use and hard to objectively balance against other weapons in the game, and they just didn't add these options in. Main reason is that in real life, many AR-15 variants like the M416 as well have many inherent features that kind of make it very easy to handle, like low recoil both vertically and horizontally, tied into a high rate of fire. And of course, in game, we all know what that means. It makes for something OP as hell, basically, as evidenced by the large following of the A3 that back in Battlefield 3, everyone used to use that thing. I've decided the best way to run burst fire weapons for me, because they're controlled bursts, they're not like user controlled, i.e. the gun fires 3 rounds then stops and you have to tap again for the next 3. Because I don't really like that, I stuck a suppressor on there to take me off the minimap when firing. I didn't want to draw attention to myself and the fact that my accuracy was so much worse than what I would be with a fully automatic weapon. And sticking that silencer on, I saw the quick response camo in the loadout menu, and I applied that, and it almost looked like the M4 out of Counter-Strike. And I'm not sure what camo it is that makes it look like that, but it sure looked cool. And I don't know if it was a subjective thing, but I found myself hip-firing a hell of a lot more than maybe what I should have been, because I had this Counter-Strike image in my head. Half the time, hip-firing certainly wasn't the best thing to be doing, but if you get some muscle memory going and get a feel for the spread of the bullets, most of the time you can make hip-fire as effective as aiming down sight, providing the target is within an acceptable range. Much more satisfying getting a hip-fire kill as well, because you're putting yourself at a disadvantage compared to your opponent, making you look more impressive when you come out on top. One thing I do want to mention actually is I found myself reloading even more with a burst fire weapon as well, because it was firing 3 bullets at a time and I wasn't really paying a huge amount of attention to how many bullets I had left in the magazine down in the bottom right. I found myself reloading a lot more subconsciously than I would with a fully automatic weapon. Now, you can't see this in the gameplay because I chose not to put it in, because it was part of a clip that wasn't really very interesting, not much was going on, and I died very quickly afterwards. But I did get the fake reload bug, which is where you hit the reload button, it reloads on the screen with the animation, but the bullet numbers don't update down the bottom of the screen, meaning you think you've reloaded, and if you haven't looked in the bottom right, then you're not going to know that this bug has occurred. Now, the reason I wanted to mention it, and it was quite timely actually, because later on in the day, I read an article on the CTE forums which says DICE LA have now fixed the fake reload bug. And that has been in the franchise since Bad Company 1, which is a long way back. We've had Bad Company 1, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and now Battlefield Hardline. So 5 games in the franchise have all had this bug in it. And just at the weekend, apparently JJJU and his team at DAT M4 managed to fix it. The fix will be implemented into the CTE in the next coming days, both on PC and on Xbox One when that gets updated, for us to test. And they're doing it as like a sanity check basically, because they believe they fixed it, but because it's such a rare occurrence anyway, the likelihood of you being able to replicate it will be pretty low. But I'm hoping the bug is gone for good now. I keep harping on about DAT M4, but they've done so much good work for this franchise, and with all the work they've done for Battlefield 4, I really, really hope that all of this gets moved forward with the franchise and doesn't just get forgotten about. We know how Hardline launched. Apparently it was 6 months behind in terms of its netcode updates. I really hope the next game that comes out doesn't have that kind of issue and will have like the 60 and 120 Hz server support, or at least the upgraded netcode support that Battlefield 4 has right now on release, because if it doesn't, then it puts the game at a severe disadvantage, and we may just end up with another situation like we have with Hardline. And just one other thing, you can view all the latest information on the CTE. I've put a link in the description. If you've got Battlefield 4 Premium, you can log in and read it. I don't know if you have to be logged in to be able to read these messages. Because I have Premium, one way or another, I never really checked whether you have to be logged in or not. But there is a link in the description to an Imager page that's been screenshotted, so people that might not have access can still read it. So that's down there if you want to give it a read, because it's got some updates about how the Xbox One system is going to work. So I think it's definitely worth a read. But thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a rating and a comment if you did. And, oh, I'm working on an Insurgency video. So if you want to see that, hit the like button really hard. Like, smash it. Just like I would with my ban hammer. Look at that picture right there. That's absolutely amazing. Somebody made that on Twitter for me yesterday. I just thought that was amazingly cool. But until next time, my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.